Is investing in unit trust safe? A few weeks ago, I posted a video explaining how to invest in unit trust and make money on a daily in form of interest. And the most frequently asked question was, are unit trust safe? I'm going to answer this question, but to start with, I want to assume that people aren't asking whether there are some risks that come with investing in unit trust. But either way, I am going to answer that question as well at the end of this video. So my straight answer to whether unit trusts are safe or not is yes, they are safe because of three reasons. Number one, their regulation. Number two, the actors provided in the regulations. And number three, the responsibility of the regulator. Now let's go in depth of this. Regulations. There is a law that regulates on how unit trust should be managed and how they should play around in the market of Uganda. And that is the Collective Investment Scheme Regulations of 2003, Statutory Instrument number 100 of 2003. There is no investment scheme for which the government has decided to spend time and even come up with regulations and laws and rules and how the investment is going to be governed that you would say is not legit. Because most people, their worry is it actually legit? Number two, that regulation that I've just told you establishes 4 actors who are responsible of managing and making sure that people's money who have collectively invested their money is safe. And there are 4 players. The first person is called a fund manager. Now, a fund manager is the person that you actually invest with, the person you give your money. Let's say an insurance company, UAP, Britam, ICEA, and so on. That is the fund manager. He's responsible of investing the money and abiding by the terms and conditions of the unit trust or the agreement you made with them. Number 2, there's a player called the trustee. Now, the trustee is a person whose responsibility is to make sure that actually the fund managers abide by what they should do. Therefore, the trustee has their look at the fund. Let's just take it simply and literally that a trustee is a person who is going to be there following the monies or following this fund and how it is being used. He can see that the fund manager is doing this, is not doing this. That is a trustee. By law, if the fund manager does something that should not have been done, the trustee also had a responsibility of making sure that the fund was not misused. And then there's a third player who is called the custodian. Now, the custodian is the person who actually keeps the money. And this is the bank. The bank the fund manager is using, who also legally has a responsibility to make sure that people's monies are safe. And lastly, we have a person called the auditor. Now, this is a person or a firm or a company that is responsible to make sure that they follow up how the monies are used, that there's no fraud, there's no misuse of money, mismanagement of the fund, and there are reports that are made at every periodical year of investment of how money was used, how it came in, how it went out. In summary, the auditor audits the book of all these guys, including the custodian, the trustee, and the fund manager. They all have an auditor. But lastly, which is reason number 3 why I trust unit trust, there is a regulator who is the Capital Markets Authority. Now, the Capital Markets Authority is an agency of government that was put to supervise all these other players. So all these guys are under him. He manages how these guys operate and how they don't cooperate to safeguard the citizens of Uganda, to safeguard the people of Uganda, the public of Uganda, the companies in Uganda that are investing in collective schemes. And that is Capital Markets Authority's only job. Now, lastly, someone would come and ask, how am I sure it's not fraudulent? Are there risks and so on? Let me first tell you a story. There's a friend of mine who convinced me to invest in, I don't remember how that thing was called. If anyone of you remembers, it was called about Dunamis coin or something coin. It had offices near Auditor Park. And he told me, when you invest this money, after 1 week, after 1 month, you will recover your money. And until life, you'll be getting money. It was a Ponzi scam. I put 5 million because we had a mutual friend, actually mutual friends, who had actually gotten money out of this scheme. I also put my money. One day after I put my 5 million, the Financial Intelligence Authority closed up this company and said it was fraudulent, it was a Ponzi scheme. They will see how they will pay back the victims, so they confiscated the money and up to now I've never received even 1 million shillings from the 5 million that I invested. So I understand when people are skeptical, when people are worrying and are concerned. And that is the right mindset of an investor, to know where is my money going. For those who tune in my TikTok lives every Tuesday at 8 p.m, I have shared some of my experiences in some of the investments I've put money and I have lost monies to the tune of 100 million. Why am I going to ask you to trust this thing? Why am I going to trust investing in unit trust? I've already told you it's regulated by government, but number 2, there's no Ponzi scheme that has a regulation. Number 3, I want you to appreciate there's no investment that does not come with a sacrifice and a risk. In this case, the sacrifice is that you're going to give away your money so that it is reused, invested, and they share interest with you. But the risk is your money can be affected by inflation. So yes, the money could be the same, but by the time you get it back, the buying value might have lowered. When the money you have can no longer buy what it could buy, it means the money itself has lost buying value, and that is affected by inflation. I'm going to explain that in the next video in depth. The second thing I want you to take note is that the unit trust has different investment ventures they put their money. So what they do is they distribute the risk. They put some money in bonds, in bills, in stocks. So they put money in investments with a high risk and low risk to make sure that the underlying assets, an underlying asset means where did the fund manager, the person you trusted your money with, invest their money. So whenever they invested the money, that's the underlying asset. So the value of the underlying asset where they invested your money might change because of the market factors. When it changes, it will affect your investment. However, that hardly happens. Why? Because they diversify the investment here and there. When this stock is not doing well, the bond itself is secure and stable. That is the reason as to why over a period of time, you will find that the interest rate of a unit trust has almost been constant, about 11-12%. What makes these guys different from you? They have experts in investment. They can predict the markets. They can predict market trends. They can do projections, and they know what might happen. But lastly, and most importantly, remember unit trusts. You earn your interest on a daily, and on a monthly, you get a financial statement or a report that tells you how your unit trust is working. And you can withdraw your money anytime. The moment you realize that it's not working as you thought, withdraw your money. Because unit trust, you can withdraw your money anytime you want it. In 24 to about 72 hours, your money will be given back to you. Why wouldn't you invest in unit trust when you can invest as little as 10,000 with no limit or maximum? So if you have any other question about unit trust, put it in the comments. I'll get some time, respond to it. Or make sure every Tuesday at 8 p.m. you tune in now live. Sometimes I host experts, service providers, agents, and we have a discussion on investment. I am helping people because I wish I had had this information that I have now when I just left university. I'll be financially free. Thank you very much. Make sure you share, save for future reference, comment with a question, a compliment, or I don't know.